Hey, welcome back to Europa Universalis 5. I'm Decathlon Gamer. This is Scotland. We're on version 1.2 of the game. We've been doing pretty well with this campaign here early on. But a big thing just happened at the end of the last episode, and that is we grew yet again. We took land off of Norway, a decent little bit of land off of Norway, and a modifier that our nation had, something to do with the Shire, uh, turned into a no longer having a modifier. We outgrew the capacity for that modifier. And without it, our economy, which was very healthy beforehand, we were plus 40 ducats a month, even with the expenses that we had, suddenly flipped into a fairly healthy negative balance. Now, I immediately was able to counteract some of that as we increased some taxes, but we're still negative. We are still negative for now. So, exploration cost is one area where we could probably make up for that. We could afford to lose some ducats, but not quite to this extent. So, we're going to go ahead and knock down our exploration cost to get about neutral. And it's just going to take a little bit longer to finish those. In fact, quite a bit longer. 4 years, 3 years, 3 years. But hey, it is what it is. The colonization is the one that matters more right now. So kind of catching you up on where we're at. We are spread out into quite a few different markets now. As let's go ahead and get things playing. We have all of the northern half of the English Isle, and we have the Irish Isle. We have half of it, or just over half of it, under our control. But England is still the stronger nation that we are chasing. France, yes, we definitely want to give food access to our, not overlord, thankfully, but our very much dependent ally that we have, that we've spent a lot more time supporting them than they've spent supporting us. But we have benefited from the relationship. And okay, the changes we made, it looks like, have benefited a little bit more than I thought. We can probably go back to neutral. Yeah, that's still a slightly positive balance. But we are going to have to turn that into a much better balance for sure. We're going to need to work on the economy in the short term. But getting back to what we're doing, slowly but surely, we want to take Greenland off of Norway. And we have been adding kind of a state at a time here, using that as our war goals, where it's an easy grab. And so you have to take your war goal before you take other things, otherwise you get a huge penalty. So taking your war goal first and foremost. We will finish off Iceland the next time, and then we'll be finishing off Greenland thereafter. I do have a bit of a cough. It's going to be fun. What do we get here? Trade advantage in our key market is probably actually a really good thing for a while. We have plenty of stab. Prestige is always nice, but I think the trade advantage for 5 years may have its benefit. And then inching your way into Scandinavia obviously is going to be more of a bonus each time. Crown power, that's nice. That's research. That's a very helpful research. And there we go. The ducats are back under control. So Nova Scotia is ours. And that first colony of ours is nearly done. We're on to the last region of it. And then we've started our second colony, which is New York. And we are going with that. Now, we are going to have to get explorations going once again to be able to have more land to expand into and get kind of the next ring of colonies. And I don't know if we want to jump down into the Chesapeake Bay or not for that next one, or if we want to give New York a little bit more placement. Oh, we are doing up here. Okay, so that is one of my current explorations, Quebec. So we do have a pathway into there. I don't think I want that to be Nova Scotia, though. So actually, that's probably our next. And whoa. No, I do not want... Well, I guess guess that's not that bad. So we had Denmark as an ally, and it served as a wonderful distraction as Norway had Sweden as personal union overlord, like they were the lead of the personal union. So Sweden keeps getting sucked into the wars. They had a couple of vassals, now they're down to just Viborgs, but they've also now added Novgorod to that mix, to that union, so that there's combined strength. That was a little bit problematic up here. And Denmark was a great distraction. They were distracting Sweden, kept them away, and we were able to go in and siege down, quick grab some land, win a couple small battles, and then peace out and get a good amount of land off of them. But without Denmark, you don't have that distraction. However, with Denmark, it wasn't as effective as it once was, as they were getting rather weak. But they have rebounded. Actually, they have rebounded a fair bit. Their economy is still weak, but militarily, they're not that far behind us now, which is definitely a big shift from where they had been. But let's improve opinion. Maybe we can get that back here at some point. As I said, it was a useful distraction for us. Meanwhile, we've been sucked into war after war after war in the HRE, thanks to France. We've participated a little bit here and there with those, but for the most part, we've kind of kept our distance, done just enough to try to keep our alliance happy. But yeah, okay, so I guess we are going to do some colonization up in here, which probably is not a bad thing at all, because you can lock out some of our neighbors with their colonization range, right? You take all the near stuff and they can't reach it. But getting further inland, of course, is a good way to get the best resources, the best finances. Alright, well, we've got a ducat plus, and regardless of the better income than what it was looking like, right? We're not losing 8 ducats, we're gaining 16. It's still not where we were, so we want to very much build the economy back up. I'm going to start with an RGO push, and you'd be great, but you have no pops for that. And you guys are all maxed out, and you are way behind. Do we have anybody who's not? Yeah, Zetland, way at the bottom, and it apparently wouldn't make any money. Oh, nope, Gleska's maxed out. Let's make sure we're not just on our local market. Skalholt, there's one. Small moneymaker, but we'll get one. We do have a lot of wool. I think that's a good trade, good for us. Again, no pops for the jobs. No nerds. Gerlach. Oh, come on. I thought I was going to be better than this today. This was feeling like my best day regarding the cough here in a good while. Dingwall's not too far bad. It's only 0.03. Sturdy grains. Nope, you're maxed out. You're maxed out. You're maxed out. Everybody who can has. Okay, looks like RGOs are not where it's at the moment. Got to have the pops, and that means we're going to need buildings that are going to help. We've had a number of diseases come through. We're almost up to 1.5 million pops, but yeah, not perfect. The Spinners Guild. Take all that wool and turn it into ducats. You should be showing me the most profitable first. There we go. Berwick. Go ahead and max you out. Irvine, Inverness. Man, go ahead and get involved in the market. Gunsmith. Go ahead and take a double in the capital. Tannery. Dumfries. Gleska getting into it. Let's jump a little bit further down. Nope, no pops. Right, that's going to be the same problem with the RGOs. Let's get the weaponsmith also. Anytime you can lower the cost of military expenses is a good thing. Tools Guild is another way to flood the market with cheaper goods. You don't need to make money off of everything. You need to spend less on some things. Little market manipulation, right? Naval supplies, same way to do that. Dumfries, yeah, okay, that's a +3, but we'll take it. Wow, we only have 8 lumber mills. And we don't have that many forest locations. So a way to save money on spending. Carlisle. Nobody's in good shape for this until you get down to here. Take that, but come on, give me probably. Oh, that's all my ducats. I have 2 ducats left. Ah, okay. Well, there's our spending spree. We have some assimilation going on. Let's check on the progress of that. Of course, this one went from 2 locations up to 4 after integration. So beginning with the additions, Mole is jumped from last place to second place on this list at 26%. It's going decently quick. It's a smaller pop. I mean, it's under 10K, as is this one. This one's going a lot faster. It's already number 1 and past the 50% threshold. Nice. More skulls down to under 1K there. This was the first one we were working on, but it's progressed more slowly. This one had the best advantage when I began this project in this state, but it's all the way up to 66 now. 2/3 mark, making its way through the last 2,600 pops. Yes, you're gonna have your food. Whoa, 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 whoa. We have a major event here. We have a new court. We have a new queen. It's finally happened. The eldest, by the way, family. If you're new to the series here, if you're just jumping in for the first time, or have only caught a little bit of the series, I've had a lot of good things happen in this series. We've progressed nicely. The one area that has had literally zero luck has been the royal line. The De Bruce family. Hunting accidents, illnesses, or you get a decent one come along, live for a while, and then have 2 children and only one of them's a son, and then the son is crap but the daughter is amazing. Whatever the case may be, over and over again, we have had zero luck growing the family line or having quality leaders. So everything we've done has been despite these problems. And of these couple of choices, we have had Queen Margaret, who started young. Just died at 66. She's a 26, 29, 40. She was crazy. Multiple times she came up with these negative events. A couple of her modifiers ended up being okay. But she was a hot mess. And as queen, there was nothing I could do. I couldn't assign her to the army. I couldn't assign her to the navy. I couldn't kill her off quickly. We were not in a position to be able to abdicate at all. Meanwhile, her daughter was pretty dang good. 65, 57, 55. And she finally takes over at the age of 46. At this rate, she's probably going to die in 5 to 10 years and not get to lead us for very long. Uh, she did get married. She does have 3 children, but it's a daughter who's 18, a son who is 16, and another daughter who is 13. So it's still 2 girls and a boy. Like, we just can't get anywhere on trying to grow this family out at all. We're gonna stay in the capital for sure. Accept that offer. She fell down the stairs. Thank you, whoever pushed her. Okay, this is good. We're gonna see some positives come out of this. Maybe, probably. Meanwhile, we... Oh, right. Let's continue on. We were checking. Man is at like 66%. No. You're further than that, aren't you? And it's only 8 K-pop, so all 3 of these are relatively small. And yeah, it was 66%. We'll come back to that. Portugal expands their claims here. Here, you have almost 30%. So this is your big one, and this is the one that we really made the effort. It was not cored. We weren't gaining anything from it. Now we have 33% control as it's cored, and we are very much making good money. But this province, terrible for food, minus 18. We're going to see if we can fix that a little bit. But 94-ish% here, almost 25 K-pops, and we're down to the last 1,500 non-Scottish culture pops in that location. And that's been that big push, and that's been the one that probably I think we might move on from that assimilation project and move into Northern Ireland, which we actually already are assimilating down, which was at 0. We've got it up to 12%. So I've finally figured out the upgraded 1.1 version of how culture flipping worked, and I've been having a heck of a time with it for quite a while here, and I'm very happy to have finally figured it out, sorted out. We turned both of these into towns and then gave them multiple modifiers to help out with it, and it's working. It's working a treat. This one, though, I'd very much love to turn into a town. It's the better option of the 3 as a town, except that it's tin, and we very much need tin, and we do not want to interfere with that. We do not want to lower that RGO cap. We will keep it the same. So we are not flipping this one into a town, but that means this is the one that's moving way slow compared to the others. There's only 395. It's not even 2%, where the average for the state's at 12%. Petition for redress. We are... Yeah, okay, fine. Meanwhile, these two with 10K, yeah, making a pretty big dent, 22% already. We're going to be able to get these guys cored pretty quickly at that rate. Oh, and the Protestant Reformation has begun, and we are getting hit like crazy hard. Lutheran preachers are popping up all over the place. There was supposed to be an update regarding the spread of Protestantism, and unfortunately that update has not gone through yet. And so while your source was in the HRE, while your source was in the HRE, it was supposed to spread organically out of that source point, much as things do, and not just randomly pop up all over the place, which is the mechanic originally. Things still just randomly popped up, and so we didn't have it spread to us. It just randomly popped up, and we got hit with it hard. But this is a big upgrade. Paved road, it will make a big difference on movement cost, proximity cost. Ultimately jumps to a minus 25. That is a big step, but It's going to come with some costs, some expensive costs to start upgrading. This becomes a really good time to take a look at our proximity spread. You could see that we have, out of our capital, we have roads all the way to the extent down here. We have roads all the way to the extent over here. And we have roads all the way out to here. And we have roads all the way up to here. All the way up to here. So all of this is roads. And then where you have your C tiles, where we get proximity through C, we then extend it through roads to the opposite side. And so we have proximity now, actually all the way up to here. So our proximity spread through maritime presence is very much expanding. And as for this way, we have through Gleska or through Dumfries as our kind of two shortest routes, where we then push through maritime presence into Man and into Ireland now. And so we have our roads here to also provide proximity. It's not great down here. I mean, we're talking about 21% in Rathfreeland, and we are not yet onto the other side. This is all vassals, mostly because the proximity spread is rather difficult going that direction, but we are very much increasing that spread and starting to get a little bit of control here and there. Obviously, we don't have any control out here, and this area is all a hot mess. We'll come back to that one later. Take a look at that and see if we're making any sort of progress with things. Silly food access. They're like right on the edge of wanting and needing it versus not wanting or needing it. Let's turn on food gathering and distribution for you for our second fleet, which is helping us spread that proximity further. And it's clearly starting to have an impact and work. And anyway, upgrade these roads and we expand that proximity further, and we get better control, because right now we have a 100 in the capital, we have all these towns surrounding it, and yet they're 60s, 70s. None of them are 80 plus. So the first road we want to get is towards Gleska. I don't think 80 ducats is going to get me there at all. Yeah, 438 ducats. So we're going to save for that. Looks like right now we're at about 10 ducats a month. With explorations turned back up, the Western Caribbean Sea will be done in just over a month. Gulf of Mexico will be done in 2 months. Quebec in 14, and there is a colony. We've got to make sure that we are including these in the right directions. And Quinnipiac should be... Is that this one? Yeah, New Haven. Okay. So yes, let it join New York. We want to immediately jump into our third one of the area, and we need to figure out what is going to make sense as an addition. Copper and stone is very helpful. Iron is very helpful. But what's their food? Hey, I thought I was paused. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's get this colony sorted. Yeah, copper stone lumber is great for resources, but I'm not sure that their food situation is too good right now. It should be okay. No, it should be fine. Half of their locations right now. So let's go ahead and get Nantucket. Or Nantuck. Pretty sure that's Nantucket. Might not be Nantucket. Nantucket might be up here or something. Is it in Massachusetts? I don't know. It's one of the small handful of states that I have not been to yet. Is the Northeast. I have been to New York City. I have been to upstate New York and Toronto, and not that that's U.S., Pennsylvania, Jersey, all of that, but yeah, beyond any further northeast, no, not yet. Western Caribbean Sea is discovered, so we are We are getting there, very much getting there, and Gulf of Mexico is already ongoing. So this is giving us kind of that last pocket we needed in here. And we've been mostly exploring that way because we didn't have manpower, but manpower situation is getting better, but it's not better. I think when that one is done, we're going to push on to another land exploration. That'll be done in 30 days. But let me see about another sea exploration. One of these two is kind of our next area, and probably here. Oh gosh, I don't have 100 ducats. Now I only have 2 ducats because we just started a new colony. Okay, well, we're going to have to sit on that for a little while anyway, and realistically, we should be dropping towards 2 explorations until we have fully fixed, re-kickstarted the economy without the Shire modifier. So there's that Gulf of Mexico one done, and that now takes care of all of the sea tiles in the Atlantic North American region, Central American region, and upper South American region, and upper African region. It's, yeah, very much a push out that direction. We have nothing to get within here. Mediterranean, Caspian, all of it is explored already. Okay, well, without those two, suddenly we're making 25 ducats a month. I don't want just 1 exploration. I would like to at least get that back to 2. Okay, selling efficiency. That's good. That's going to make us more money in trade. Integration of West Farthing, which is in Iceland, is nearly done. So let's take a look. How are we looking? Yeah, there's our heir. He is 17, and I'm guessing he's not married. Why are you not popping up anything? Right, so he's in Glens. We need to fix that. How do I fix that? Well, we could absorb Glens. That's one way. It's our next one in line. I think that would take care of it. We've been working on improve opinion so that we can let's annex them. It'll be done in 11 years. But that'll... He's going to be late 20s by that point. But he should already be married. And okay, exploration. And we're going to say goodbye to like 10 ducats a month. You know what? We don't need those sea explorations right now. We need to continue our exploration of the regions here. Gosh. Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Oh. Do we go for completion? Do we go for completion? Yes, because then we can actually properly colonize and make use of these guys and make a colony there. Except for you're still stuck here. Still tied to that. Okay, that was a whole mess. That was a whole mess. Do we want to add like Jersey? Or just jump into the Chesapeake? Get Virginia. Get Maryland. That would be the next 4 if we just kind of made our way down and then get into the Carolinas. We know that this is going to be better quality than all the heavily forested stuff up here. Florida is going to be easy on modifiers, I think. Maybe getting into the Caribbean can have its benefit. Get a nice trade empire going. I'm thinking. Sorry. Need to think a little bit faster. Completion's sake, expansion's sake. And how big do I want New York? I don't think I want New York that big. So let's jump on down. Okay, we have Edinburgh, but the capital itself is out of reach now. Let's take Inverness, I guess. Okay, so we'll push on a little bit further south for the next colony. But I will not do a second right now. We'll hang on to those ducats. So annexation at 10 years. We've got our colonization going smoothly. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So Portugal shift the line. Johannes, hey, welcome. And hopefully things are going well at work today. And yeah, integration done. West Farthing. Okay, we'll pause. I'll take care of that. We could claim areas. Claim areas is more about what you've explored and not yet colonized. As soon as we expand into Massachusetts, we automatically claim it. So I don't need to spend prestige in a silly way. Now, exploration-wise, you can get yourself kind of, if you're not going to colonize right away a region, then that's a good way to claim more. But ultimately, what we're looking at is we have a line. We've got this treaty because us and Portugal are the first two at play in the New World. And their colonization is Jaguaribe. It's like Brazil. I think they've made it into Africa as well. But ultimately, we are further west than they are. They are further east than we are. They're going to push that line as far west as they can, but they're only going to be able to push it so far west. And then this treaty always falls apart almost right away. So I'm just staying out of it, letting them do their thing, letting them waste a bunch of resources on it, as we are missing tools in their capital region. Really? Well, there's an obvious we need to spend if we don't have enough tools. I mean, we already have some being constructed, but Newton Aids will take an extra one. Visit from Shady People Spy Network. I don't need to spend 50 ducats on that. We'll take the prestige. And we finished the integration. Almost forgot. There's still more to integrate. There's going to be more benefit from integrating here, but there's going to be, yeah, the Icelandic Patriots. It's actually not moving right now, so maybe the Norwegian one, maybe we don't need to do North Farthing. These guys have a much larger population base. And at least have a small chance of getting enough for a proximity score, so eventually getting that chord before Iceland makes more sense. Oh joy, inefficient minting popping up. That'll be nice when we can get something out of the New World regarding that. Got a 90% and a 92% colony here. We're almost done. We're on the last one. Nick Tech, which one are you? You are Kespwa. Okay, you're the one that's going to be done first. And then I'll finish off Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia will be on their own to expand after that. Quebec's going to be done here in just over a month, and also Virginia will be done, or will begin its exploration at that same time frame. So that'll keep us where we're at on the ducats. Yeah, only about 2 days difference. That'll take just 2 years to complete. And there we go. Quebec is discovered. And there's a whole lot of not colonizable land, but of course the best stuff's going to be down here, I'm sure. Sand salt fish, that by itself is not great. In fact, that looks pretty weak in general. Whoa. Okay, we just finished 2 at the same time, did we not? Nope, that's Bible translated. We don't want to have pop assimilation speed, hell yeah. And a cabinet seat, nice. Food access, yes, okay. How have you still not finished? You're at 100%. Nick Tack took longer. It was ahead. So this one is here. We just got the Lenape. Let it join New York. Yes, that was the correct one. Now we will colonize here. The other one will be done shortly, and New York's going to grow rapidly unless we want to start colonizing here. If anything, I think I would start back here so that you could push inland from there more easily. We've got to keep the 3 colonies going, though. Got to stay at 3 colonies at a time, even though the expense is not what we want. It's the exploration that's easier. But we do have that 4th cabinet seat now. Let's hire somebody first. I have no ducats. Need 52 of them. We've got a 70. There's no family members. That's never a thing. But we have a 75 for Diplo. Let me see what is cabinet actions. Oh, are we ready to make that Diplo push for societal values? Are we not? Let me go check that. I think values. We had something, yeah, humanist. Still 0.06, but if we put somebody on that, I think we could finally flip to humanist and get a huge boost to pop assimilation speed. And less antagonism, where being spiritualist just has like no benefits. No benefits at all. Other than the extra clerics. Yeah, and I think it'll push by more than 0.06. We'll find out. We'll find out. They might have to stay on the job. Yeah, 0.09. That should do it. It'll take a while, but that should do it. We'll wait till we get the 52 ducats, give them a little more than a 0.09, and then we might just keep them on that thing permanently as the other colony is done. And let it join Nova Scotia. And there we go. Nova Scotia is done unless they start colonizing this on their own. So we just started colonizing here. We are colonizing here. That means kind of naturally the next one would be up here. I don't have the ducats for that either. I need 111 ducats there. Take care of this one first. Colonization is king right now. We are losing pops rapidly. That's the new state. That's the new states. That's the other trade-off, is we're moving so many people to the new world, so it's hard to grow your population much when that's happening. Okay, Denmark. Food access. Alright, and that triple colony now in New York. Parliament. Army exercises, military exercises, kind of same difference, but army morale certainly will help us in a pinch. The military exercises will give us army morale, monthly army tradition. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Meanwhile, the army yeah, we'll take the military exercises. And we do not need to push for a CB right now. We still have a couple more years, and actually beyond, right? It's after that one, because that's the latest HRE one, not the Norway one. Wow, we immediately lose 5%. Awesome. Oh yeah, Practicum Regium. We do want that. That is a Crown Power 20% bonus that we do not have right now. Wow, if we flipped to 25% Lutheran already in 12 years or so. Wild. That is wild. Okay. We might go Protestant for the first time in this campaign. Just another. Oh man. Berwick. There we go. 66%. We have the ducats for this. I only have one exploration ongoing though. I think that's more important. He is making a dent. So we have Virginia. This by itself was not anything special. But what if we add these areas and make a third colony there, fourth colony here? Well, if we're gonna push south, I think we should push south, but add Maryland to it. I think this is gonna give us a better colony. Do this third, get back to the north fourth. Aberdeen is fine. So we will get those two done soon enough. Development. Legitimacy is already maxed out. It won't be now. But we'll take the long-term benefit of having better development. That tools shortage popping up yet again. Okay, now we have the ducats for this guy. How much does our 0.09 push to a 0.13? That's a big difference, especially when it was 0.06 that you're offsetting. So we went from a 0.03 gain to a 0.07 gain. That is a massive difference. Now, of course, going away from spiritualist, as we went from a united Catholic country to a not united Catholic country, it's gonna have its problems. But like I said, if they're all gonna flip on us towards Protestant, we might actually just take this playthrough and let it be. 1.5 million pops. There you go. Let's recover some ducats before we end up having some sort of event that we can't afford. But we want to start making paved roads. Paved roads very soon. Who's calling this? Glenn's Revolt Civil War. Okay. Okay. Should be easy enough. It's one location. We don't need to call up everybody. Can I... Let's go with just... I don't know if 769... Oh, yeah, that's over 1,000. It looks like our vassals also got like 2K ready to pop in. That's just levies. 283 of them. Do we want to wipe them out? I was already locked in. No choice. Western... Oh, okay. That's the first time that's happened. So we are far enough into the campaign. I think it's a 50-year cooldown. So if there's explorations done by others that you have relations with, doesn't even have to be good relations, just kind of general relations with, eventually you end up finding out, like, each month it rolls a likelihood. France is somebody we're going to have a higher likelihood with, so it rolls pretty high. So we just picked up that Western Sahara area. Okay, this is the landed area. And that was thanks to France, because it's been over 50 years since they discovered it. Okay, that's already been retaken. And that is done. To love and be loved. Royal marriage is rarely a matter of love, rather it is a diplomatic opportunity. There's legitimacy, or the commoners. We marry Lawrence Sutherland, 21-year-old. Or marry a lowborn. Make commoners. Well, we just tanked our legitimacy a little bit, but it's back to a 92 already. It's not like it's going to go that bad. The nobility is going to be unhappy. Sure. Why not? Oriel, are you... No, minus 69 on changing to a vassal from a tribute. It's the only tribute we have. And it just, color scheme does not fit. Okay, Maryland exploration now ongoing. We're at 17 months on Virginia. That's going to put us on a negative balance, apparently. What happened to our 10 ducats a month? Oh, I know what happened to our 10 ducats a month. Fort maintenance, army maintenance. automatically ticked up. Alright, food is positive balance. We're paying a lot for stability when we're not needing it right now. Let's go ahead and save some money there. And let's get these guys maxed out again. So we've been able to inch our way up on the taxes a little bit further. We don't want to push towards traditional economy. We would like to push away from traditional economy, so this will move towards capital. And we just lost cabinet member. Curious. Have we gotten anywhere with... No, he's still not. His Queen Mother is not doing him any favors. Okay, possible urban rights +1. Special privilege, country can grant to a urban location. Why do I not recognize this? By default, a town can have 1 urban right, a city can have 2, megalopolis can have 3, although some government reforms can increase these values. That is something new. Johannes, yeah, new queen, I know. About damn time. And she did end up having 3 kids in the end, so on to a second husband. But at 50, will she have any more kids? She could certainly die in childbirth at this age. She's got a young husband. You know, I don't need to have these guys standing on my capital. Is there somewhere more beneficial to put them? Well, Iceland or Norway. And we already know that this is not good territory to stand in, and this is terrible territory to stand in. So no, we don't want to keep them standing around there for long. Okay. No. Roads. Roads. The first road is to Gleska. We could start with Linlithgoy, which would help a lot. We can afford the Dunbar one now. Oh, it's already being built. It's already being built. The estates are taking care of it. Paved road, Roxburgh. If we were to go to Dunbar, it's 239 ducats. Bellenham's only 211. I'm trying to think where I'd like to open up. Irvine would probably be a nice addition. Trying to think who's making me the money right now. There's one way to check. I don't know where else to check this screen. Do I have a... Gleska, I'm making 744. see just how beneficial. Dumfries, 781. Plus, I think that would impact Man a decent bit. So, how are we doing on building a road towards Dumfries? We need 370 ducats. Or do we go through Selkirk and automatically boost it? Let's do that. So we've already got Glasgow thanks to the estates. So Dumfries is the next best moneymaker. No, smallpox. Thank you for coming and going quickly. Lost another cabinet member? Jeez. That's jumped to 18% already, by the way. We were just at 12. Days was at 70. It's only pushed to 72. Not a big change there. Man, almost to 100%. Almost 95 now. Speaking of, how are we looking on that culture shift? Our biggest problem was the Highlands were bigger than the Scots initially, and it's really made things hard, but we will slowly get there, getting more and more Scottish all the time. Glasgow's only 81% Scots. That might be another area to kind of pick up after Hebrides. Are you hanging on here? 14% still, almost 15%, so they are hanging on. They're not going away this time. 29 here, 35 there. That'll flip to 50 before too long. 5%, okay, it's making progress. Oh, no, okay, doesn't matter. That's not somebody we care about. Now we've already accepted Northumberland, so we could make a push into England. Speaking of making a push into England, how are we looking on that prospect? England. Whew. Okay. Yeah, they've outgrown us quite a bit here recently, militarily and economically. They are growing much more rapidly, and their population is increasing much more quickly than ours. We're going to have to get the economic benefit from these guys, from the colonies. Tuck, Connecticut, 2 done at the same time. So both of these just finished. We already have that one. So I think there's 2 more here. Yeah, there's one there. Ooh, there's 3 more. There is 3 more. Tick by to start this one. There we go. Okay, so there's going to be 1 left for New York. We should have... We're at 54% on Agawam, and we're a week away from Virginia being explored. So we will have a new colonial region here in just a second. There you go. That's not a very good. Take the Navy tradition on that. Okay, next up will be North Carolina. We're going to need 100 ducats for that. All the more reason I think I need to sit on some ducats for a little bit, build up a reserve of at least, I don't know, 500. Having to wait for things, less than ideal. Being able to do the things you need to do when you need to do them is a better scenario. Okay, power projection +5. Nice research bonus there. Another negative modifier. That's it for the research right now. Do I have the 100 ducats? Not quite. Oh no, I need exactly 100 on this one. That's good. Aberdeen. Philip Gregg Esquire. Now 51. We've been using him since he was a teenager. But that's going to give us a pretty healthy area there for the next colony. And let's go ahead and get into our research. We're at 41 for the age. We still have some Age of Renaissance research to finish. We're at 70 of them, but if I recall, we've looked through it. The 43 aren't that important. We are 1 away on Age of Traditions. Where is this 1 hiding at? Power projection. I'm just going to get it done. That's just so weird to have 1 left. So in that case, we're back to what we have as we're spread out across the Age of Discovery. So let me find just the best ones we can. The Caravel might be good for strengthening our Navy. Maritime Presence Decay and Trade Advantage are both going to be good. Proximity cost through port. And then onto the War Galley. That's our next right there. There's definitely some good things right there, but not urgent. Pop promotion speed. Well, we have issues with that right now. And then there's very much good money makers below that. Food production. Colonial administration. Which one are you? No, we're okay there. Let's get the food production before we get all those other resources. Diplomats. Oh, here's the... I think this is the urban rights. This is the urban rights right here. What you're getting from them is... Okay, you can give a township kind of a specialty. Like this town's going to be your tooling, this town's going to be your textiles, this town's going to do your wine, liquor, or beer outputs. We haven't gotten into it, but I think we should. Okay. Happiness. That weapon workshop's going to be a valuable one. Books output's always valuable. Institution growth. Okay, that's queued up automatically. Cultural influence. That should be near the top. Promote institutions. We're going to get into a new age here in about 15 years, but it's going to probably be 25, 30 before we actually see the institutions reach us. Army morale, attrition cost. Movement time when attached to another unit. Army morale, movement cost. Logistics distance. Halberdiers. Is that the light or heavy infantry? Oh, we've already got the Lancers unlocked. This is the heavy infantry. We need to get into that one. The Falconet also. And there's very much good things. Trade advantage. Maximum RGOs. Government reforms. Okay, we'll push into that. There's a lot of good tech left. Oh yeah, no, conquering Britain is very much the long-term plan. Right now we are just much weaker than England, and France has been very limited on what they've been able to provide us. We need to grow militarily a bit more, but we have chipped away at England. I mean, we've taken all of this off of England already, and we've taken bits of Ireland off of England, but you know, they vassalize or we vassalize all of Ireland. And we have a slight advantage there. And traditionally what I've been doing is I kind of make my war goal something over here. And then I'll take my forces and take all of Ireland and get the war score benefit from that. And then meanwhile, use France to distract England, keep them busy. And then eventually they bring up their forces and they start sieging all of my castles. But I have enough castles to slow them down, keep them at bay, not lose too much war score from that, while gaining the war score from this and having the war goal and getting the plus 25 and then just chipping away. We are almost at our maximum actually, so I'm getting pretty close on that. Maybe it is time to go after them pretty soon. Just lost our fleet commander. Fix that here real quick. Get a young one. He's not a good one. That's a young one who's a good one. That's going to give us estate power. The consort. The husband. Excellent. Of course, putting him in charge of the Navy means he's going to die faster, but she's too old to have kids anyway, so it's actually a worthy trade-off. Okay, exploring North Carolina. Seven years on the annexation here. No. Okay, that paved road to Selkirk is going to be done here in under 3 months. Getting to Dumfries after. Nope, you still want to go around. How about we just take it from Selkirk? 303. That's what we'll wait on. I said I want to get to... said I wanted to get to a cushion of 500, and I'm not being patient and waiting for that. Integration of Bergenhus up here is at 20%. We've only gained 1 more percent. This moves so much slower, but I also only have modifiers in man and not in the other 3, where I have modifiers in 2 of 3 locations here, which is why it's going so much faster at 21%. And we've barely moved the needle, right? We went from minus 44 to minus 40. It's not made a significant difference on the assimilation speed just yet. It's changed it by like 2% though. Oh, we just lost our army commander. Is this maybe where I should put? It is where I should put. Let's replace you, the consort. Now we put in the young 16-year-old. And now we will put him in charge of the army instead. 1, attrition is less when you are in charge of the army than it is when you're in charge of the navy, so he's bound to live a little bit longer. But 2, with 2 fleets, it's a 12.5% bonus to each fleet. Crown power. If you're in charge of the army, the only army, it's a 25% bonus. So we just doubled our crown power bonus that we have for having our consort in charge of the army. Power projection plus 10. Can I add in? No, she's not able to. Maybe we need to change the laws so we can have like 30 husbands. Not that it would ever allow that, but I think it does allow you to get up to 3. Okay, this is going quickly, but we do have that next option, assuming that I want this. Yeah, see, there's lead, there's stone, there's iron, there's coal, there's resources here, there's tobacco. Here we go, here we go. France against, well, there's none of those kind of resources up here. None of those, so we will accept. Ooh, antagonism spread decrease thanks to the Papal States, who are probably handing that out to all of their HRE vassals, not directly to us. Yes, against Liège. Liège, the first target of this one. Now, normally I send about 10k over. The war is already at -5%. Is that because of battles very quickly? No, occupations and blockades are already ongoing. Huh. It's only a month in. It's -1. Very confused how all these occupations have already taken place in 1 month. It's not it's occupations, not blockades. We're looking at 233,000 already. This says we only have 149k. This says France has 215,000. Well, we got 30k forces. We do not want to lose our 30k. But we will absolutely contribute something. And we did just max out. The thought of going to war with England is very much on my mind again. We'll have to get a naval comparison between them and France. Units assigned to objective needs transport. Okay. It would help if we call up our naval levies as well. They're black flagged. There's only 5 of them left. It's from the previous war. How did we just lose 28,000? Did I just finish colonies? No. Where did my 28,000 go, or is this my current levies are already out? They'll be reinserted with whoever's still alive after. Okay, unite those guys. And unite these guys. We're only back to 2,000. I'm actually half tempted not to take my... Yeah, let's not do this. Let's go with detach levies. Where are you hiding? There it is. I am not taking my regular forces. We're going to take from the 28,000 that we have here. Take 8k, maybe I'll take 16. Whoa, hello. Oh, that's just 53 troops. That's not all right. As per the usual lately, we'll head to Calais. I do not need my fort maintenance turned up, but I do need my army maintenance. So we're still losing some ducats here. And yeah, 8,000 is not going to cut it. Do not like that we're losing 8 ducats a month. Can I see that? There we go. 32. That's 17 light ships, 15 heavies for England. That's going to be a problem. War score is very much flipping. Plus 13 and a half. 38 battles already. But there's a couple big losses there. 70,000 losses to 95,000 losses before we've even arrived. There's Liège. If we could siege down the Liège territories, we can separate peace. AgriLion, hey, welcome to the stream. And besides the cough, which was a little bit of a thing a week ago and become very much a big thing this week, my week has gone well otherwise. It was my wife's birthday yesterday. The big 4-0 also. Go try to join the big fight. How are they walking out of that one? No, they are retreating. I want to join them, not be separate from them, as there's 2 large armies around us. I don't want a 50-50 fight. For one, I don't have any regulars in this force. And for 2, I just do not want to lose 10,000 troops. So if you want to march that way, I can march with you. Okay, there are some forces around us. Like those guys marching in on us. We got ourselves a fight. 40k versus 21, but there's 16 more, there's 23 more, there's 5 more moving in on us. We have to take care of them quickly, and we did pretty well early on with that, but the next force coming in is not going our direction, but there's 21,000 more on the way to support. Am I alone? Did they just walk out of here? No, they're still here. Just we only have 5k left in the fight. They're already committed. They're committed. Ah, it's over. 24,000 lost. Wow. And I seem to have a problem with the stream. Nope, it's back. Well, that did not take long. Just lost 10k forces. I just said I don't want to lose 10k. And what happens? Almost immediately. That's 18,000. Boy, you got yourselves into a mess here, France. Minus 58%? What in the world just happened? Okay, that is a lot of battles lost. A lot of troops lost. I will try to stay on the outskirts and just help where I can help. There's French troops under there somewhere, is it there? No. There's too many other forces very much nearby. Those 1,300 we could take. $6,000. It was over before we got there. Well, that's flipped back the other way quick. Wild and crazy early fight. Each side, 250,000 losses already. France has a death wish every time they go up against the HRE. Well, this area just became without. You could start eliminating one or two small nations along the way, but knowing the HRE, more and more kind of join in as time goes on. And eventually you'll start getting white pieces and then things get better, but oh yeah, I've been in the club for like 4 years already, but yes, I'm sure she's super excited to be in the club now. She's not. She's very much not. Okay, yeah, let it join New York. And we have one left. Hopefully we have... Yes, we should have adjacency bonus. There you go. That'll finish off New York. That'll finish off New York, or at least this part, eventually going back in there. But I care less about going inland right now and more about getting coastal, because you stop others. So we don't have to push in this way. And then we will have our kind of new colony in Virginia starting as soon as one of these guys are done. We're at 70% already on one of them. And now war score is already just -9. It's not too bad now. Okay, maybe we go retake Reth. No, there's 55k right there. Let's not walk into that trap. So maybe we march towards Walcourt. Or go help here. I just don't want to walk in on 55k. But there is well over 100k. Almost 150k around here. Now, I have a thought. Hanging on to this gives me a little bit of war score, but I doubt that I'm actually really accumulating any actual war score. Liège is the only one I can piece out. Okay. I got 3.5% for that. Maybe I can get 10% and piece out. Alright, so we've retaken this. We can join the fight for that. Fight ended up being over there anyway. But now it's going to move in on us, but there's still support around me. And there you go. There you go. Very few losses. Mostly to me, apparently. Nope. 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 Abandon. Abandon all hope. No, retreat. Okay. I was not locked yet. Let's go elsewhere. Away from the 90,000 army. They did not turn around. And they're going to lose. The troops are arriving way too late. And am I excited for the opening ceremony tomorrow? No. Have you seen? There's a sport happening, and then there's all the politics surrounding that sport happening. And no, the politics of it is absolutely ruining the spectacle of the sport. Like 100% destroying. And I have a feeling that just my love for the sport's going to get me to start watching the sport, but I've never been so unexcited for a World Cup as I am right now. I want to siege things that I can siege. And grab a war score on. I mean, we're at plus 45 all of a sudden. Meaning Liège would want out. What am I up to? 4.8. I need more. Okay, I'm just trying to be sneaky here and get Bamboozle. Hey, welcome, and hope you enjoy later. I have a limited stream today. It actually has more to do with that birthday. It was yesterday. My wife and I spent the day together yesterday for that, but she has a luncheon with some friends day after, but for the birthday. Okay, just keep checking on that individual, which is down to 3.8. Sure. I'm not getting anything from sitting on this siege. But you can see the way things are progressing now. It's starting to look a lot better for us. We have twice the forces they have. They just... Wow. Okay, big difference. We've added another 100k losses. But they've added more than 200k losses. The tide has turned. Very much shifted in our direction. But if we're going to get that 10%, we're going to have to ride that wave here quickly. Be sneaky. If we can, this is the land we go for. Nope. You're marching in to help, right? How are we set to lose this thing? No, because you're not marching into here. You're marching into there right now, but you haven't arrived. Now you've arrived. You're just marching right on past. You're both marching straight towards Liège. You guys are going to leave me hanging, aren't you? Still nice. Here, we are stuck. Right. They're coming to us, just late. Come on, hang in there, hang in there. Not gonna get that war score. There's the help. There's the help. I'm gone. I've got like 1 unit left in the fight. There's the win. I took a lot of losses in the meantime, though. That's England. Where can we go sneak some war score? Almost all castles. Leyden appears to be the nearest option. Not sure I can snag that 10%. No, they've got troops up there, 15K. My 17,000. I've lost 15,000 of them. Yeah, this is newfound territory for me, and without getting too deep into the politics, because you know that's just not one of those topics you have in public when there's opposite sides, and those opposite sides very much get down each other's throats all the time. So you just make yourself enemies. But I had every intention of nearby Portland, right? I can see across the river, and Portland's right there. Nearby Portland would be a good site, but it's artificial turf, and so they never get to host anything. But Seattle, also artificial turf, but a stadium much newer and 2.5 times the size, does get to host, and I was so excited. I had 100% every intention of going to the 3 games, or at least catching a game there, and then you know all of this over the last couple of years has happened, and it's an absolute shit show. So no, I'm staying out. 28,000 marching towards us. Don't you run away! Oh, come on. Okay, we got like a 50-50 fight happening here. There's a win. I'm largely alone on this siege at the moment, or have been at times. Hideout out. There goes my war score. They took the one location that I wasn't controlling, and that's gonna remove the war score that I had, which means going for it doesn't make sense anymore. I'm down to 2.5%, which means I better just hand the land off to them. I tried. I was trying to sneak the 10%. France, where are you? There we are. They could have gotten more out of Hideout, but not now. Yeah, they only took the one that they controlled. I had all the rest of it. That was the bulk of my war score. And that's gone, so. Well, at least they're starting to get players out. Suddenly they're down to 213,000. But we're down to 363. We've had another 50k losses, it looks like, and they've barely taken more while we've watched battles be won. That defender ticking, though, as soon as they have Liège, that's going to flip. And that's what we're standing on. It's only at minus 42, though. It's a tough siege. It's only 327 defenders. That's not much. It's only a level 2 fort. Why is it so hard? There's no cannon. That's one reason why. It started 90 days ago. Really? Has it only been that long? This one feels like an assault waiting to happen, but it's just waiting for cannon, really. Well, there goes Holland. And there goes the land that I wanted to take, so again with the nothing going our way on this one. Meddlesome advice. Jeez. We are just getting some negatives right now. We're at 96% on one of those, which means we're going to start colonizing our new region. We're also at about a year on those other 2 explorations. Spread that out. We're down to 5 years on the annexation for Glenn's. Prestige holding at 50. Elders is out of the war. Up to minus 14%. See if I can speed it up a little bit. Active wars, much slower. There's that colony. Join New York. Well, we're not going to war with England right now. There's that one. So these last 2 are going. And so we begin here. Let's see what is... You need food initially and lumber, so probably here. Yes. Fish, legumes, lumber, stone. That is a fantastic start point for, yeah, the Rappahannock. It's a very good one. Are you out of my reach? Why can I not? Is this too far to colonize for us? Must be. No colonial option. So I guess we're starting with the North Colony. We don't have the colonial range yet, so all of this is for later. For later. We're going to need more range. So therefore we are going to colonize up here. Yeah. I have ducats. I have troops. Why am I not getting... That's why. That's why. Maybe we can't colonize here. After all, there it is. A little more expensive on this one. My bad. So... Not the year. Integration process. Noble colonization. Colonial range? No. But what is this? Charter? Colonial maintenance. Monthly colonial migration? Yes. Colonization is king right now, not migration. So 47%. And colony of Virginia. How are we doing with our tiny little 2K? 21%. There you go. You're going to get that war score very much in your favor here shortly. But it's dropped to 27%. What happened? It's just that defender ticking hurting. And of course, as you pop everybody out of the war one by one, you're taking out all that occupation. Every time I see that, it freaks me out, but that's just the next colony joining the vassal, joining the colony. Utrecht out. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why did we just lose 20 ducats? What in the world? Where did our money go? I'm not seeing it. Where did we lose so much money all of a sudden? The army maintenance was already 40 ducats. Disagreeing advisor. Goodbye. We're not going to spend on a new one at the moment. There we go. The siege is done. Army maintenance goes bye-bye. And there goes the negative. More nations join the war. That's the problem with the HRE, right? There's just endless possibilities. Oh, you walked away from it. You walked away from the siege. Give it to France. And I think I'm going to send my last 2K home. Disband unit. We're out of it. We're done with the war. It's at plus 50%. France, have fun. Have fun without me. So how is that recovery doing? Let's send the levies home. You don't want me to. Excuse me. Patrol the seas. Let's get back to that activity. Okay, North Sea, Northern Isles, Irish Sea, do we want to add in Scandinavian coastline? We'll give it a shot. All right, balance is fixed. We've taken off another 3.5% there. Let's get that new advisor. He is so much better. Wait, what am I doing? Military? 29, not that old. Raw materials output for colonies, okay, in Virginia. There we go. I was getting pretty close to failing. How's our treaty? 75% done. Entirely favorable to Portugal, but they've spent a lot on it, and I haven't had to spend any. I just lost a ship to 2 heavies. Let's send these other levies home. we don't need to raise levies. We're good. Now it's ticking up. So, how are we looking now? Not good. Half of our levies are gone into recovery. It's going to take a long time to get back to full strength. France. I should have taken England while we were at maximum strength. Okay, up here we had a hot mess. How's it look now? 342 pops, 296, 82 still, 80, 82, 81. This is how they all were. They were all below 100, but there are a few that suddenly have like 300 plus, and that is my doing. That is my doing. I have increased their like attraction, so now there's 300 pops, but we're very much stuck as Maryland is discovered. Assuming we're adding in some good RGOs in there. Maize, tobacco, iron, more tobacco. Yeah, that's a good area right there. This is going to be a strong colony. Why are we getting 0? Massachusetts is very much not. Okay, North Carolina discovered. Iceland just made a CB against us. That's fine. There's your war. They didn't even take anything off of Liège. They just dismantled a fort. Now, they did take plenty of things in the war. Okay. Cotton, which we already have plenty of. Lumber, a little more tobacco, some clay. Not a great addition, though. Still, in general, though, that's going to be one very strong colony. Let's make some ducats. Suddenly we're at plus 64. Don't know why these guys suddenly were stopping. What are you missing? Rappahannock, why are you at 0? Access to tools. Tools. Okay.
What kind of tools are you looking for? I can help with different
Alexa, stop. Take care of those levies. More tools guilds. We're gonna go crazy. We need tools, so let's get them. I'm gonna take the profit for a hot minute. We need those roads. The explorations can wait a little bit. trying to think where I want to go next. Do I want to hop down to Florida, Caribbean, maybe into the Gulf, or do we want to get back to the sea ones? The sea ones will definitely be faster. Okay, we're all back and running again. And it looks like we got that first location. There we go. So now we have the first colony. It's gonna proceed much faster now. I do not need 2.5 stability right now. I'm not gaining religious influence, we're losing it, so we'll take the opposite. You lost a ship. Let's replace it. And then add 3 more. Bring it up to 9. Oh. I'm done with that coffee. There's a bug. Okay, so we've moved this line by about 10 now. I want to move towards humanist, thank you. Kicking out the Lutherans isn't going to do me any good right now. But there you go, we just turned 10 into 15. 3 years left on the annexation. Now I'm getting 70 ducats a month. And colony of Massachusetts is, yeah, no, we're still good on New York. There you go. But we now need to move our attention down to what is adjacent, and that is here. Sorry. Trade monopoly is probably not a good thing. No, we're not granting that. Okay. Monastery joins the Reformation. We've seen a lot of that. Monastery built in Kirkcudbright. It's not a bad thing. Cheaper construction cost. A big problem with all the active French wars, as they just push further and further into this area, and this area down here is where they've been taking a lot of land lately. They're taking a lot of land up here. Well, they're chipping away every direction. But the problem is they keep sucking me in, and they lose their levies, I lose my levies. And then we lose that strength. I need to pay attention, and when I have the strength, I need to just take on England. No matter how risky it is. I can't keep waiting. Oh my goodness, you brought a friend. One bug just became two. There's gotta be only 2 bugs in the room. Was. Not now. Gift to the state. Prestige. I have a good amount of prestige. I will take the ducats. Cough drop. Sorry, it's going to sound awful on the mic for a little bit. I will talk a little less through this period. And probably do a fair amount of this. This is less about the viewing and more about the microphone interference, but I do have a good mic to drown out some of those side noises and only pick up voice. So obviously the colonization is going well, and we've seen no sign of others, jumping into the region yet. No sign of Portugal yet, and we know they're down there, though. It's a long ways away from us. So getting into the Caribbean might be good for viewing. We're building up that cushion here real quick. I think I want to see how we're doing on proximity spread. Yeah, it's looking better already. Control. Up to 79.9 now for Dumfries. Did I get that road all the way to Dumfries? It still thinks we should go the other way. Oh, we didn't get the road from Selkirk. You like Roxborough best. We've already got a road to Roxburgh. So let's take that. Okay, we know Irvine was decent. Bellingham was a decent one as well. Now sit. I think that's our last New York one. Yes. Oh, joy. The Queen is craven. Of course. The army morale thing is going to happen, I think. It's not with her as commander. There you go. New York is done for the time being. Obviously not quite the size of Nova Scotia. I think if anything you add in like Vermont, New Hampshire. Maybe Maine, but I don't know if you need to push it that far. Or you get like New Jersey, add that to New York. That's probably better land, probably better RGOs. I mean, this is all going to just be lumber, most of it. Let's go ahead and get our next exploration. Give them, oh, come on. I don't know if they have the materials to do that exploration. There's your problem with connecting. Okay, well, maybe we go this way. Texas, Louisiana. You know, you could start getting into land grabs against the Central Americans in this region. But do we have the range? No, we don't. So maybe we get here. And there you go. Do Belfast. Obviously getting back into that because the economy is much better now. Did we not get... I did not get my replacement colony as we finished up here. Are you adjacent? No, you are connected. No adjacency bonus down there. But we do have one here. Okay, let's check in on how a few of these things are going. Our integration of Bergenhaus is half done. Hebrides slowly has made its way towards 76%. Is man complete? Almost, not quite. We have a few East Franconians that have moved in. Interesting. But it's over 96% now. Iran is up to almost 72%. Whoa, that's jumped to 70. This one's still lagging behind at 31%. How are we doing down here? 28% overall. Big shift, right? That was moving so slow before. And here it's exploration of Cuba begins. It's gonna hit 50 soon. 700 behind. That moves the needle a lot each month too. So we need another about 350 to get to that 50% and core. A little further behind here, but not by much. 2K still to cover, so another 1,000. Meanwhile, the larger still lagging behind, but it is making some progress now. It's at 10%. So it's snowballing. Oh, look at all those paved roads from the estates. Colonial enthusiasm for 10 years. Colonial migration, 20% modifier. Nice. That's gonna push those up to 400 a month now. It's an extra about 10 monthly. Okay, build roads. We still have not gone to Kirkubi. I think getting into the north here, well, they're already making some changes that take you up into there. That's 455, 448, 410. Dunbar's still not done. Get Dunbar done. Newcastle, 342. 15,000 pops. Proximity cost through port, -5. That's another big one. Alright, that's it for now on the upgrades to paved roads. Means we're gonna start losing less as you jump to sea, which means we are gonna get better proximity spread here soon enough. Speaking of, not yet to the Faroe Islands, not yet to the Norwegian coastline or Iceland. That proximity spread is just getting better and better. Maritime presence has definitely turned back in the right direction, though we're lagging a little bit up here. Looks like we've started to pick it up here. It's at 39. Faroe Islands looks strong, 71%. We're just not, we're losing too much out here. That's a lot of blue. That is a whole lot of blue. The Catholics are very much losing, though it did not reach Iceland or the New World for the most part. Lutheran there. Nope, annexing Glens. I was like, what is this negative modifier? English colony, their first, as far as we know. There's an English colony right there. Okay, England has joined the fray, the colonial rush. Even with one exploration going again, we're still making 64 ducats. We can almost afford that second one here. Did I turn things down in a bad way? I know I did turn down stability. We're at 97, so that's okay. Put the exploration cost back to maximum. The army maintenance might be a factor, but we're growing. Roads have been the focus, but the estates, it's been their focus too. Let me see if I can find my modifiers. It's here. Weaponry. Okay, cannon cost is really low. Leather, horses, really low. Weaponry could be lower. So we want to invest in weaponry. 2 in the capital. Gunsmith. Just same thing. Keep those costs as low as possible. Guilds Guild we know has been a problem, so let's just keep feeding that industry. And I have 16 ducats. Oops. Did not mean to spend it all. Hey, we've picked up cores. Belfast. Okay, Glens. But cores. Why are they cored? Nope, that's not the right map. Where's my... They're all cored. Did I... They're all cored. I've already done something with the Irish. Did I end up getting to that last time? Culture at 2.05. Yes, Irish. That's right. I had some sort of modifier kick in, some sort of research thing that allowed us to accept them. Okay. Okay. So Norwegian would be the next one. Not the Icelandic. The Icelandic, if anything, you would convert that. These guys, converting them, because we have proximity bonus there, so getting that chord would be useful. But I think this becomes your, like, we're trying to integrate it. We're trying to get a proximity bonus, so if anything, the Norwegian right now, tolerated, we could do. Accepted is 2.3. Definitely don't have that. Okay. Well, hey, awesome. I did not realize that that was going to be chord. Let me see. Proximity has a score. Is Ballycastle my best port? Naval hegemon is France. That's a good sign. There we go. Natural harbor suitability is Belfast. Is king. Carrick before Ballycastle. So, do we have roads coming out? Yes. $171 ducats to go right here next to it. I bet you you're saving some proximity if we go that way. 345 to go that way. 144 to go to Ballycastle. It's just not upgraded. But this one doesn't even have a road, so I think you start there. Belfast has your best natural harbor, proximity-wise. Would really fix things going that way. Well, the same coming out of Belfast towards like Newton Airns. 167 going that way. But yeah, let's, now that it's ours, I think it becomes our proximity source locally. Rappahannock, new colonial subject. Please be Virginia. Or Rappahannock. That's the name you went with, huh? Okay, I think we're gonna have a choice on which one to take now. Stone, coal. So this is here. That's pretty good because that gets you down to tobacco as well. Coal, stone, and some food options. And lumber. We don't have much for lumber. It's going to help with build cost. Which one's got a different cost for me? Go all three directions. We don't need just stone, so rule that out. Let's take the cheaper. This one comes with the lumber also, and the tobacco. So yeah, we'll take that. Interacting like I have options. Oh, wait. The sun. The sun, now that Glenn's has been absorbed, should be. Okay, we have one weaker one here, Meldrum. But I think I'd rather replace the nobility first. Oh, but they're good. Replace the weak one. Meldrum. Oh, not the right button. Cost me 4.5 stability to replace you. Why don't I wait till somebody dies? Well, maybe because the oldest is 45. So why don't we look the other direction and get our bonuses here? That should be consort. It is. Do we have an option here? The Crown Prince. Oh, and he's fantastic. 78, 84, 100. His first modifier is naval damage taken. I do not want him in charge of the Navy, though. Higher attrition rates. So we're going to put the consort back in charge. So flip back over here. Put him in charge of the army. Now we can put the consort in charge of the Navy. Excellent. Excellent. And my son. Let's get you. You're not gonna open his. There we go. Rageable marriage. Ansbach, Gert, Montferrat. Yeah, none of those mean anything. Distant cousin. Seems like a better option. Better ratings anyway. Okay, have kids. Tempting, but I don't think we've recovered. You know, we've actually recovered a decent amount here. But I think we need to give it one more. Give it one more, so next Parliament session we're going to get a CB. Now, do we want to go after Norway again, or do we go after the big prize of England? We'll figure that out the next time. But expand paved road or pike shot tactics? How long does it last? It's just the 5 army tradition long term, where we can take a cost reduction. while this is debating. Move towards centralization. You know what? We don't need that. I'm going to take the army tradition. 49%. Hey, we're 20 to the good on humanists now. Definitely making some money through trade. I think we might want to go for like Tyrconnell as the next one to annex. Eventually we probably annex all of the Northern Ireland vassals and then just have all of your colonial subjects, which is now at 3. How is the Reformation looking? We could embrace it. Country will convert. Lutheran is already almost as large as Catholic. That's how much has flipped. Worldwide for us. A lot of blue. Oh, nice. We have a positive. But we are still 100% Catholic in our capital. But then we're almost 100% Lutheran in other areas. Oh. Is it done? After much discussion in the rural settlement of Ayate, new agreement was signed between the Kingdom of Portugal, Kingdom of Scotland, that established the rules for dividing the newly discovered lands on the continent of America. This agreement, henceforth known as the Treaty of Ayate, outlines the process for claiming vast tracts of new territory and designates the Pope as the mediator and guarantor of any disputes that may arise. We move 5 towards outward, and there you go. The treaty is in place. So treaty relevance immediately kind of kicks in. We have our already established areas, and England has that first location here as they're going to push along. But we don't know where. We want to help break this, though. Now that it's established, now that it finally filled up, we want it to go away. Right now it decreases by 1/10 of a point each month on its own, but we're going to quickly see nations violate the treaty. In this case, we could pick up 10 antagonism, which isn't going to hurt. We don't have much of that. Norway is the only one who is antagonistic towards us. Legitimacy, I can burn 5, but I do not have 20 papacy power. This is where you get into the trickiness of them. We don't want to uphold the relevance. So we need to look into religion. Reform desire is high. I have 0 religious influence. I have negative 0.21 monthly. So nothing accumulates. My limited curia access and my enacted practicum placidum regium minus half. flips us from gaining about 2-1 to losing the 2-1 every month. Pilgrimage might do something for us. It's 10 ducats. There's some temporary gain. Let's gain the 39. Queen goes on a pilgrimage for 1 year. We have less crown power, but we gain monthly prestige for that time. It's going to cost me $2.99, not 10. But the religious influence, 39.42. What does that get me again? Allows me to violate it once. Well, let's let others do their dirty work for us. We can spend that money if we need. As Naples immediately violates it. Pisa have both violated it. That's the big thing that we're looking for, is a lot of nations just get out of it. Aragon violates it. And then it just loses that relevance. Now it's going to lose 0.4 monthly. My violation helps, but it really doesn't change it. Just unlock the war galley. Some naval expansion could be in order. We're not that far behind on Navy compared to England anymore, but we already saw they have a lot of heavies. And they've really pushed up the levies and regulars that they have by a lot, and manpower. We're almost back down to a fifth of their strength. We were up to about a third at one stage. Oh, England's moving. Oh no. I was going to say they're moving fast, but not really. They have 2 locations is all. It's more visual. But those become useful war goals to distract and grab war score in wars with England. We got rid of one of the rebellions, the Icelandic ones. Smugglers lose 110. Import efficiency or recruit smugglers. Spy network construction, don't need that. I guess we're going to lose 110 ducats. Which is barely 1 month right now. Which means I can get back to more explorations. Are we short again? On tools. We're short on tools again. All these tools we are producing. Maybe it's a local issue. Let's give you. Is that tempting? Check harbor capacity. You need tools anyway, but where is your tools guild? This is all, yeah, Chesapeake Bay joins the Rappahannock. And continue down the line. Roanoke. Okay, it's already dropped to 97. It's only losing at 0.4 right now, though. It's going to still take a while. Calvinism emerges. Durham has been annexed by England. I need another exploration on the go. We are doing Cuba. Do we want to continue for that region so that we can get that next colony? I suppose yes. Berwick. Okay, Potomac joins the Rappahannock. So then we continue to the northeast. Did Rappahannock do that on its own, or is that tied to... No, it must be tied to one of these other locations. Okay, I want naval expansion. We only have 3 heavy ships, and only 12 galleys actually as part of this one as well. Let's give me 3 more galleys so we can actually do our job of maritime presence, which is our first job. And then... Oh, the war galley is not what I thought it was. It's just a galley. 0.14, which we have a 0.2 with the bonuses we have. That's a nation-specific one. So the Carrack, which we still don't have the late Carrack. What's the cost here? 100 ducats each. Monthly is going to go up a bit, but this will be a stronger fighting ship when it's done. Oh, culture. I've not pushed culture in a long time. Or counting houses. That's local crown power. Weska is a big moneymaker. Who else did we know is a big moneymaker? Irvine's not a big one, but could be better. Council of Trent has popped up already. Our third live event here. Council of Trent debate required reforms to remedy the corruption and other afflictions of the church. And then, you're going to get into the conflict between them here soon enough. Food production. That's a helpful one. So how are we doing on Council of Trent? Yeah, we have laws to debate. But I'm going to largely stay out of it. We're definitely going to push the Embrace Reformation first. But no, we haven't installed that. It's still gaining. Okay, first debate's already taken off. Pop join Rebels threshold and move towards humanist is great. Is that a religious law? Yes. It's a persecution of witchcraft. And this is the vote, right? Obviously, we want to move towards humanist anyway. That's good. Take our stance. There you go. Let me guess, tools? Don't know how we continually are short of tools, but I think it's because we're sending so many tools to the New World to build colonies. England is progressing pretty quickly here. Now, local tools isn't going to matter so much, except for them. Okay, down to a 92 on the treaty. Truce should be long gone now with... It is. With Norway. So, let's try RGOs again. Chawanoke Company. Gain 200 peasants, or gain 50, and ducats. I'll take 200 peasants. It's going to help that colony out a lot. Child of the Kingdom of Scotland gained the healthy trait. Is this the... It's a member of the royal family. It's our ruler's granddaughter. Of course it's a granddaughter. Of course they would have a granddaughter. You are almost at 0. Oh, I think the estates keep filling these up every chance they get. Horses. Selfos. Not profitable. Landrick. Hey, there we go. Let's just finish off. That horse is done once and for all. Sturdy Grains. Last one in the capital. Bischoff Inverness. Have no pops. It'll take a while to fill that one in. Alright, round of some RGOs. Stop ignoring the treaty. Leaders of Naples fall back. Before we invest in that any further, I would like to invest in roads again. We're definitely filling things out a little more quickly. This is a push into the north with Yorn. Let's go ahead and pay for that one. And how much of a difference have we made? 31% control, 28% crown power. We finally got over that 50% or 25% threshold. Layers are down to 35%. We could almost afford to revoke a privilege. I'm sitting on 100. I am sitting on 100. They have a ton of power from this. Peasant enfranchisement is, but they can expand our geos. Noble levy size we definitely want. Fort limit. There's a terrible one. Pop join rebels threshold is high. Max control is reduced. Peasant enfranchisement. The serfdom is the only thing. Let's revoke a privilege. Minus 40 estate satisfaction. They'll get over it. They're recovering quickly. I think we'll be okay. We'll keep an eye on any rebellion that might grow, but I think we're okay. Religious war. Okay. But can you get there? This one you can get to. Merrimack. I think you can march through. Oh, look at all those fun friends that they're going to bring in. That is a large coalition force, but tiny. But how much can you take when you can't actually reach it? And do I want to take a force all the way down there? My regulars would easily cover it. I wouldn't need to raise up any levies whatsoever. But we would take a lot of attrition making our way there. Do we... go after everyone we can? Oh, where's the co-belligerent? No, I can't affect that. They're all incredibly weak. We could seize a lot of land for New York or for ourselves quite easily out of this. Or could we? In the past, you can march kind of directly towards the capital. And then sometimes you couldn't. Might as well. And there's most of them. Oh, second fleet's there, okay. course, we didn't just add transports, we added other ships. Trade policies. No, we are not giving trade monopolies. Oh, is that the... I don't want to send the Crown Prince. Send somebody else for now. He could be restored to the post later. October. We are trying to avoid attrition. Okay, we'll wait till the turn of the month. Try to get to Nova Scotia. 25 December. Can you get here in time? Yes, you can. Nice. We're still going to take some attrition, but I think it's less severe. Okay, 17. Keep going. Let's get further south. '22nd. Think we'll make it? Yes. Yes, we do. Again, some attrition, but not as bad as it could be otherwise. The at-sea attrition's a lot worse than into Boston. Oh, nice. So, who is in the war? A whole lot of who's. A lot of who's. That's so many nations. But the only even kind of barely strong one, there's only one stronger, two stronger than the Wargol one. Looks like Merrimack is not involved. Looks like there's 22 down here. And yes, we can march on in there. There are a few castles. Spring will be here soon enough. Institution growth, nice. Oh, those ships are coming across the sea alone. Luckily, they're not getting destroyed on the way here. April, so we'll stop taking attrition soon. They'll get back to 100%. Also a cheap way to get some exploration done. Oh, there's your Wargol one also. I was thinking it was the next one. We could afford to split this force in half. Not bringing the Crown Prince into this, though. Let's try to hunt these guys down. Get some cheap exploration done as well while we're at it. More resolutions to vote on. Large group. Would have less religious influence. I mean, more religious influence seems like a good thing, right? For us. Overall, who knows? Like this location up here too. Let's just get this cheap exploration done. Can call ally. They would join, huh? We don't need them for this war. We're already at 23% anyway. I think in the end we're gonna want to give this all to like Scotland or to New York. We might give some of it to Rappahannock. Nope. Here's the combined forces. We're going to give up a minus 21% to just wipe them out. They're going to be mini tech behind us. This should be an easy fight. Others came in late, but yeah, there we go. Full stack wipe for 61 losses. And now we have a plus 52% on the war score. Oh, there's still more up there. You guys not have any troops? Ooh, Portugal defends the relevancy of the treaty. It's back up to 94, but it's decreasing by 3. That's because they just gained 10. So it was down to 83 a moment ago. I'm not going to necessarily get all of the inland stuff done myself. I think I'm going to leave some of that for Rappahannock to do themselves. Okay, we can get 7 stab to get back above 50. Pick up research progress. I will take that research progress bonus. Ooh. The Queen has a... We're going to push towards humanist, which is great, but she's got to change religion. She is Lutheran. Okay, this was a whole nother nation, by the way. Another nation in the war. Land. More for Rappahannock. Means we're getting pretty quickly through that coastline, but we're going to have our Caribbean colony come in there after. Did I... Ugh, what a waste. Oh, there we go. Look at army maintenance now. Oh, we don't have everybody called up, but we did make things much cheaper. Borough privileges. New mechanic unlocked for the first time. We also have a new CB that we already have. It's the same CB we're using right now. They've just picked up another. Now 74% war score. You can get a lot for that. And we don't need to worry about antagonism at all. England might pick up a tiny, tiny bit, but really they won't get anything. We'll have to decide whether we want to... Oh. Told you she wasn't going to last long. How long did she last? She was 40 something? 45? When she took over? She lasted longer than I thought. She died at 63. We have a king finally. He's only 33. He's great. he has the wife that we gave him just after after we absorbed Glenn's. So she's 22 now. It's been, what, 4 years? And in 4 years, they've had a daughter. She's 2. And a daughter. She's 1. Still no sons. Okay, well, we're keeping the capital the same. He's a good one. She fell down the stairs to her death. What is up with the stairs? Could only take what you know. It looks like there's nothing here, even though it's all inland on these guys. That's a lake. It's a great lake. So, pretty much a large federation through here. We are going to need to take these capitals to be able to get them under our possession. Cuba, there we go. There's that next colony ready to go. And it's free. It is free, good. So, exploration-wise, there's one more zone here of the Caribbean to get the entirety of it. Excuse me. Ay, ay, ay. Yes, Czech culture. I'll take that. 7 or 10. 10 legitimacy doesn't hurt too bad. Why is the legitimacy not growing? Because I cut the cost of court low. Siege down. The question is, how much do I want to give to New York and how much do I want to hold on? I don't really want to hold on to any of it, but maybe we make a new vassal. I know we give some to New York, like we give all of this to New York. But the vassals are not going to have any sort of culture conversion capability. New York's the only one. I got 544 left. There's still some enemies out there. We can give this after the fact, by the way. Adirondacks. And we're still on a plus 42. And then we're still capital tied on those guys. The antagonism, yeah, it's all just locals. They can rise all they want. And we can just take them again. It's still plus 19. So for now, we need to at least finish this first siege. See where it puts us. So right now we have same religion on the air religion. Oh no, same religion becomes an option. We're on any religion right now, which is humanist. So no, I'm happy with that. Okay, you're adapt to local culture. Scots culture to be a better rule the Kingdom of Scotland because he's Glenn's, I guess. Oh no, he's Czech. Holy cow. Okay. His dad was Czech, I guess. Minus 20 prestige is fine. Bohemia dislikes us. That's fine. He's going to embrace the Scottish culture. His crown princess will embrace the Scots culture. Yeah, okay. And to think he could have been here fighting in New York, leading the army. Which their attrition is getting a little bit nasty. They've taken a little more losses than I expected them to. I think we will soon wrap this up. This last state. Parliament's ready, but we're not ready. We've got to get these guys back from the New World. Diplo rep. I don't care about them liking us. But that's the only... now's the time. But we don't have the situation. Maritime trade, export trade, clerical cabinet, gathering. None of these are good. We've got to do something with that 50%. There's no... Not a good debate. This is your one to throw away. If we fail this one... Just a 7-stab hit. Of course, we're only just back above 50. Oh, there's a +5 for us already. Okay. Okay, another push towards humanist. Age of Discovery is almost done. That's what we needed. Oh, it's January. No wonder it's winter. That's why we're taking such heavy attrition. Exodus or move towards humanist. I will take that move towards humanist once again. Modifiers are good. Lesser Antilles, new exploration. That's that Eastern Caribbean area. Taking the exploration opportunity here. I should just be ending the war. Humanist. Whoa, hey. Okay, army tradition. Humanist. Positive. +4. Oh, I feel like we should be able to get that state as well. You're at -7. You gotta work a little faster there, bud. That's the end of the line here. As far as we know, that's kind of the end of the line. John Knox. Okay, another 5%. Calvinist now. Our daughter is gregarious. We can afford to spend more. Expensive. 98% on the war score now. Will we be 100% after that? I don't think we will, because there's so many other little nations involved. But that's to take that last location. We need to hold the capital. A daughter is born, our third daughter. And looks like number 2 is sickly. No, the one just born is sickly. William Argyle. Okay, more humanist. Come on. Finish. Yes! Okay, there we go. Last 2 states. Oh, minus 10, really? Peace offer is too much. We're above 100. So... still 102. Ah, can't even take that state anyway. 94. 99. Never mind that. Let's see what else can we do. 3 ducats. Take maps. Oh, take maps. I like maps. Take more in a later war. That's going to give me 2 maps. Oh, but you're going to cease to exist. That's you. You have to still exist for me to take maps. Okay. Now we have maps. Take 3 maps. Pennsylvania. In fact, I'm more inclined to take lots of maps. Now we can take 5 maps. It's easy to conquer this stuff again later. And the war score was still necessary to be able to get this, so it's we didn't waste our time with it. But what do we want to take? We want to take... probably Pennsylvania, right? Jersey for first. This one is... is that Pennsylvania? Wow. All the way to Wyoming? We're part of this war. Lower Canada. I like that one. Pennsylvania, Vermont. There's only 5 maps to take anyway, so take the 5 maps. Okay, we have 3 left. That's too much. That's enough. There you go. I like the 5 maps option. There we go. Oh, and of course that's done the next day. Okay, we want to give all of this to New York. Keeping it for myself is not going to do any good. Let's march you back to Boston. We can do more colonial stuff now as well. Cut off England for one thing. Okay, Roanoke. Oh, great, we're greedy. Thinking here. Colony. I think we start colonizing like New Jersey for New York. And then we need to see provinces. Adirondacks. And one last one. There you go. Get that all to New York. More push towards humanist. That's gone rather quickly suddenly. 14 and a half. We'll see the benefits of it soon enough. We're back to 40%, by the way. The Laird's got up to almost 60% on that rebellion. That was not good, but they're above the crazy zone now. It's August. This is a good time to move. Ooh, our ships did not recover very well. Let's get you up to here. Ugh, 1%. We're gonna lose that one ship for sure. We'll replace it. Leaving it behind is not gonna do me any good. It's September. Oh man, that's not the quick way. This is the quick way. I think we just go for it. Get you back maybe to Galway first. Going to be the fast way across. We are going to take some attrition at sea for sure, but they're moving fast with the trade winds. Right, it's been 1 month and they're most of the way back. Here comes the one ship lost. Okay, it's only the 5th. Let's get you all the way back to like Gleska. Peasants, happy, good. Let's get you around to the best port, get you back to the capital. And we don't want to put the king in charge anymore. Is your nope. Sir Lawrence Sutherland is no longer considered royal family, so now we have a lot less bonuses, which is probably why we're down to just 13 ducats. So the army maintenance is also extremely high at the moment. Okay, next debate. Purchasing of indulgences, which was a massive problem with the church. Monthly gold. Yeah, that sounds great. Is that to the church? Is that to the church, or is that we get a sale of indulgences? Hold on. It's widespread and highly commercialized. Followers are able to purchase indulgences directly from the church. Like, that's not... No. You get stability investment instead. And aren't spending. But religious influence is something we are missing. Be nice to have some again. Or we just leave the church. How's the treaty doing? 87. It's just not dropping that fast this time. Catholics are below 40 million. Lutherans are only at 32 million though. Council of Trent. One successful debate so far. Some Masons. There's our next map, Ghana. So we'll start picking up more and more West Africa. Most of those coming from France. I have 2 active explorations. We should get these 3 regions explored sooner rather than later, as we are now going to be in a race here with England blocking their colonization. Can't do that one though. Probably can do this. Yes. Oh, hello, Mr. Family Member Luxembourg. Okay. Okay. I see you. Let's put you in charge of the army. Wincelschloss. How do you say it? Wincelschloss. Wow. I guess he's from Czechia, so there you go. Wincelschloss of Luxembourg, in charge of Scotland. Where is this family member of ours? Oh, he's bad. Oh, he is very bad. Remind me to replace him if we ever get into a fight. Society. Heretical beliefs, monthly religious influence, pop conversion speed, tolerance of heretical beliefs, though that's a big problem. But we do like innovative. And the Jesuit College gives you kind of a major offset to things going on. Pop conversion speed, cultural influence, monthly literacy. The Jesuit College is pretty dang good. It's just the heretical beliefs one's a bit problematic, especially as we are very much split. Okay, so the race for the New World is on. Obviously, we've spent a lot of our time there of late. How are we doing on our 380 now and growing, 329 and growing, but it's just so slow. The other one's at 347. Norway, there's 1,000 right there. You know, it's like you gotta steal eggers off of Norway. I feel like that should be the next war goal is eggers. Nanticoke. Which one is Nanticoke? It's gotta be here, right? Yes. Now, this actually makes a certain amount of sense to keep with Rappahannock. Your divide for New York is probably Jersey on up. So we will give Delaware to the Rappahannock. Closing this off is going to be important to keep England out, and then just continue expanding coastline and coastline. You get Merrimack and you're holding coastline. You get this region and you can get coastline, but then colonize up, just block off England. New York can fill it in on their own eventually. Ideford. Oh, you just cored. Hold on. How did you core? The integration's about done. I mean, that's part of it, but how is Ideford cored? Okay. There's 721 Irish here. How in the world did that happen? There's Irish here. I don't know how they are flipping Irish. Interesting. Alright, well, we've grown our 1.5 million to 1.6. The Age of Discovery is just about to end. Thank you, Harborea, for violating the treaty. I feel like I should violate the treaty, but when these guys are done, we want to just continue to just make our way down the coastline with everything and stay ahead of it. And then kind of leave England with Upper Canada. But the more they concentrate, the more it's going to be difficult to take later on. Trade-offs. Wow, almost all of Wales has been integrated into England now, by the way. How are we doing on our rebound? We are fully recovered. 35,000 or 34,000 levies. Got our 5,000 regulars. We still have a good amount of manpower as well. And the navies are fine. How's the recovery coming? Okay, almost done. Almost done. Competent relative. Plus 10 legitimacy. Okay, you know what? We can wait on that last two. Let's get you out there. There's another +10 legitimacy possible. Calvinist preachers destroyed? Okay, yes. There's a pushback now. Control C's. Iberian West Coast. Is that because I have a trade office? Did I make a trade office there? Speaking of, we got 3,000 ducats. We need to spend. Taylor's Guild. It's profitable at the moment. Let's get a max in Berwick and Gleska. Profit from all of those. And let's get into something different. Like protected harbors. With harbor capacity going up. We have none right now. Push it out to these guys. Kind of the outgoing ones. And the more important incoming. There you go. It'd be nice if I could see what their... We have 4 locations, 5 5 locations for possible wheat, but are they grains, wheat, sturdy grains? Yes, they are. Okay. Mass build. And I want to push culture now a little bit. Bridges are available. Oh, I have no rivers. Theater. Anybody who doesn't have it. Now that. Oh, come on. I'm going to have to stop soon. My throat's done. Marketplaces. Temples. Library. Everybody has a library. Good. Very good. We gotta break things down in a different way here real quick. There's that Jesuit college available to us now. Cultural influence is good. About conversion speed. I want to push that. Temples first. Everybody should have a temple. Only added one more. Hospitals, though. We should have plenty of hospitals. Universities. I should be pushing this more often. Dumfries, we want a university there. Bellinham's probably the next one. And there you go, there's our ducats spent. We're going to try to wrap up the age here briefly. Finish that integration as well. Down's up to 41%. That's awesome. Did we finish? Almost. 98%. They're about 75 almost. Move towards humanist. Ooh, 82% here now. And the slow one, add some resistance to everything, is up to 30%. I don't need to wait for it to be done. This one's been such a long, slow grind. I think we can move on from it sooner rather than later. Still need that culture push though. Like, you've got to have lots of Scots, even though it doesn't matter for coring. But this area does matter for coring, and I think we can work on it sooner rather than later. Oh, the plague is back. How bad is it right now? Cultural influence, 10%. Nice. This particular outbreak, we've lost 12,000. Württemberg, thank you for joining the resistance. Oh, it just jumped to 23,000. We're going to lose a lot of pops here. We have a bad outbreak of the plague. And it's going to hit the capital here soon. So this is going to be nasty. Treaty back to 0.4 on the loss and 82 now, so pretty much back to where it was quite a few years ago before things triggered. We're about to end the Age of Discovery, and that's where I'll end up ending this episode. We're back to 35th, despite not having the bonuses as we lost the family members. That gave us a little push for a little bit of time, though. We've flipped humanist from minus 44 to plus almost 20 now. That's a big change. Another debate. Ooh, trying to lock this globally. I guess we'll join in with everybody else. Family goes, I'm doing more than one here. I gotta make sure we are not. Okay, that's Rappahannock. And we move down the coastline for the next one. Hispaniola done in a year. Maine's going to take 4 years to finish. Lesser Antilles will take 5 years, but yeah, Hispaniola, this area, will be done in less than a year now. And definitely can get that next colony going down there soon. Portugal, again, spending to defend. Our next, if I can remember for the next episode, the next time we have a debate come up, we will start a war. And we'll compare how strong France is compared to England to see if it's worthwhile to chip away at England some more. Fourth daughter. 4 girls, no sons. And the oldest girl is 5 now. There's our integration of Bergenhus. Complete. States have plenty going on in there. Nope, that's not what I need. What am I doing? Integration. Rogaland has a good pop. Son has a pretty good pop. I'll take that one next. So just the one ended up cord. Such a strange thing that it's a bunch of Irish. Are we getting any proximity here? Ooh, we are starting to get proximity here. And there we go, Age of Reformation. Of course, the Reformation started early with the Council of Trent. Oh, what do I want? I'm gonna have to look through. What is the bonuses? Cultural capacity is nice. Army attrition is great. Siege ability is fantastic. Very much like our military options. Tax efficiency is amazing, though. Unless it's the only thing here. This is very heavily... Attraction is big. Free trade. Colonial migration. Free colonies. Colonial maintenance. Yeah, okay. I think that's looking a pretty easy choice right now. Build road cost. Conversion speed. Sort of okay, but there's some tax efficiency, but not great. Not the amazing level. Income from minting is nice. Ooh, cultural capacity. Boy, there's a lot of good ones in both of these. The colony stuff. Diplo focus it is. Oh. Religious divide. Stability and religious turmoil for 12 years is just nasty. Fight back is pretty nasty. Or we can convert to Calvinism, which is not the one we want to convert to. That's the opposite of what we are right now. So I think we're going to lose 12 stab and fight. Do we fight though? Radical beliefs +3 goes up a lot. Where this one makes it go down a lot. Just to make the clergy happy. Religious turmoil it is. But proximity is just starting to bleed into this region and the Faroe Islands. So there you go. Proximity is pushing out a little bit further now. We can also stop. How's that control looking? Well, it's still 0 up there, but we got 2618. Core those, and it jumps, into the 40s. Same here with Faroe Islands. Those cored, it makes a big difference. But these guys were nothing or like 6. We've got 60s. Big difference. Big difference. And we are into the 80s for all of these guys. A 90 for Gleska. Good. Good, good, good. Definitely making gains there. Still sitting 35th in the ranks. Haven't expanded at all. Actually, this time around, we did not expand at all. But colonially, we certainly did. We were just getting started on New York. And New York is rather large, and we're now pushing it further. Rappahannock has now also entered the scene. And we're nearly done with Rappahannock. And then we'll start working on the Caribbean. England's coming along pretty quick, but this is such a weak area. And they already have 2 different colonies there, 3 different colonies there. So they're making a number of small colonies right now. But they are definitely rapid. So... no longer alone in North America. Looks like it's down almost entirely to us and England, as the coastline is quickly getting picked up by 1537. So early for that to happen, by the way. But this is all the more reason to go after in England, because you could easily draw a small force to take all of that, gain that war score, get all of Ireland, get that war score, and hopefully France can help handle in England for us, so that we can get enough war score to get out of it. But economy has recovered. We've already lost over 100,000 pops to this recent outbreak of the bubonic plague, so that's rough. We took a gigantic stability hit. To our benefit, though, a big attack on the nobility. They got upset for a bit, but we've made them get over it. Stability wise, though, we've still only recovered to 48, so we've still got a ways to go there. But otherwise, things are good. Things are strong. We've got a much better king right now, but he's got 4 daughters, not helping us out on the front of male heir and control and cabinet positions to be filled and fleet army command to be filled. So struggling on that piece. Our manpower recovery is halfway done, and it was better, of course, but we went and helped New York gain some land, but then we picked up all those maps, and that was very much beneficial. So what will be next? Well, war. Just, is it with Norway because England's too strong, or will we try to chip away a little bit further against England? We'll find out next time. That's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. I might be back for a 0.1 tomorrow for a little while. We'll see. Recently, I have been very much into an old title that was on sale for $2.50 on Steam. Should still be on sale right now, by the way. And that would be, what is it called? Football Tactics and Glory. Fun loop on that, and maybe I'll stream that at some point or put out a video for that, just because I'm currently obsessed with it and spending a lot of free time on it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.